Hello, friends. Welcome to Hila at Home. It's Hila here, and thank you so much for coming to visit with us. Summer is as in full swing as it's going to get here in the north of England, which means a lot of unpredictable weather, wherein we experience four seasons in one day with sporadic episodes of sunlight. Regardless of that, I do find that I crave lighter dinners in summer, and I've been experimenting with a lot of lighter dinners, and I'll be sharing some of the one of the ones that has been a big hit with my family. So if you're looking for some dinner inspiration and homemaking encouragement, you've come to the right place. My videos are all about homemaking and homemaker life, focused on uplifting content to encourage you as the keeper of your home, whatever season of life you're in. My weekly routines are the cornerstone of my homemaking life. Today I'm doing the weekly home blessing, which per Fly Lady is something that you spend on the Monday doing in order to reset the house. We practice what's called a screen-free Sunday. So on Sundays, the children are not allowed on any screens at all, which means that they get up to old-fashioned types of play, which tend to completely trash the house. So Monday is the perfect day for me to do the weekly home blessing, where I reset everything and I do just the fundamental things of hoovering without moving too much of the big furniture around, wiping down the mirrors, doing a very quick swish and swipe. In summer, when the weather is a bit warmer, the house plants need more regular watering, and I do this every Monday with the weekly home blessing, and that's how I found I'm able to keep most of them alive. So it takes about a good 10 minutes to get through watering all of the plants, and I try as much as possible to make sure I water them from the base so that they don't get too soggy at the top and attract these nasty little bugs. I can't remember what they're called, but they do turn up regularly. One of the last things that I did was to work on shining my sink. Ever since I discovered shining your sink, I am just addicted to constantly having a shiny sink, and this is something that's passing on to the rest of the family. So on this day, I was just cleaning up the caddy that I have for storing for tidying up all of the things that you require, the accoutrements that you need for around the sink. So the sponge, the brush, and the hand sanitizer, the hand wash. And I like to do this every week, basically every Monday, where I just wash everything down so that it sort of looks kind of brand new. So these bottles, I just keep on refilling them because I buy my dishwashing liquid in bulk, and so that plastic bottle there, that has been around for nearly a year, but it looks clean because I just keep washing it down every week. And then I will dry everything down, get all of the chrome nice and shiny. And in summer, I find that the drains do get smellier quickly. So during the school day, when everybody is out, I will just pour some bleach in there so that it can just help to clean away some of the gunk that builds up. And then it was time to go and pick the sweet peas. I grew some sweet peas from seed because they make really lovely cut flowers in summer, and they're some of my favorite cut flowers. So that was quite nice, and I have to pick them twice a day now. That's how quickly they grow. And in the meantime, in the garden, a lot of stuff is happening. A lot of the summer flowers are blooming, and I do love taking time to go out in the garden, particularly in the mornings when everything is just looking lovely and fresh. The meal that I'm making today is based on a restaurant meal that I went to with my husband for our anniversary last year. And we went to a Korean barbecue place, and combined with watching K dramas, which tends to be my preferred form of entertainment, I thought that this would be a fun meal to have. So, the basis of it is using lettuce as the wraps. So, instead of using, say, the flour tortilla wraps, use the little gem lettuce. And I do find that in summer, this is a really lovely combination because it's not quite as filling, but it is quite satisfying. So the first thing is to prepare those lettuce leaves just by washing them. I love washing vegetables and fruits, so I will just wash them even if they've been in plastic. I will still wash them. The other thing that we have in season right now in England is fresh sweet corn, and I love sweet corn. I grew up on this. This was the staple food where I grew up, and we used to actually grow sweet corn ourselves. But I've tried growing sweet corn here in England, but it never is quite as successful. Anyway, so I have that, and I like to cut that into hand size cobs, and then I'll just rinse those off, and those are going to be cooked in the oven. Initially, I was going to steam them, but my induction hob just kiboshed on me, so that didn't work out. The next thing that I'm going to prepare is the carrots. So just top and tail them and peel them, and I'll grate them. And the idea with the Korean barbecue is you've got the meat, and then you have a lot of side dishes that you can add on. So I'm adding the carrots here. And by the way, this isn't full on proper Korean. This is me just trying to make it to work at home with the children, but the principal framework is the Korean barbecue. I'm also making some caramelized onions because I just think they're a lovely addition. I really love them in summer with the red onions. To me, red onions are really a perfect summer onion, and we do try and grow these every year, so I just have those caramelizing away. The meat that I'm using is just some beef steaks that I'm going to slice into thin slices, and the idea is that they cook very quickly. And I also had some chicken thighs marinating in a red Thai curry sauce, so they've got a lovely piquante flavor. So again, slice those very thinly. The rice, I'm just going to use some basmati rice. The ideal would have been some sushi rice or fragrant Thai rice, but I don't have that at hand. So I'm just using some basmati rice that I'm getting going on the hob there. The caramelized onions are also going in the smaller pot, and they take maybe about half an hour just cooking on low, and the sugar within the red onions will just come out and give it a really lovely taste. And I forgot to record this bit, but I do add a bit of chili because I do like the caramelized onions to have a nice little kick to it. I'm also making some dipping sauces. The first one is using some toasted sesame seed oil, some sea salt flakes, and some black pepper. And this one is for dipping the beef in. So you don't actually add any salt to the beef when you cook it, but you get the salt from dipping, which I think is lovely. The second dipping sauce, I'm using some soy sauce here. So I do 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, and I'll link the recipes in the description box down below. And to the soy sauce, you add 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, and we'll add 2 tablespoons of cane sugar. In this case, I'm using demerara sugar, but it still does the job quite well. Mix that together, and in lieu of some fresh garlic, I'm just adding some garlic powder, and I'll mix that, and that's a lovely dipping sauce. As you can see, the caramelized onions are coming along beautifully, and the rice is ready. The other thing that makes a Korean barbecue really lovely is the presence of pickled vegetables or fermented vegetables. So I have here some of these lovely little pickled baby cucumbers, and I'm just gonna chop them, dice them up into fine little bits so that they can be added onto the wrap. And I'll add some of that pickling juice in there as well, and just add that back into it. For dessert, we're making the best of British summer berries because, as you know, it's currently Wimbledon, and you know, strawberries and Wimbledon go hand in hand, and strawberries are currently in season. So we have some strawberry and raspberries that were on offer, and we're making an Eton mess. The girls are actually making the Eton mess because it is a very easy dessert, and it's a good starter meal for teaching children how to cook, and they're able to make it from start to finish themselves. So they started off by hulling the strawberries and washing them, and then also washing and preparing the raspberries, and then proceeded to quartering the strawberries and putting them aside. And they also have to prepare the meringues by smashing them, and this is the favorite job. So they have to take turns with smashing the meringues. This is the third time this summer that we've made the Eton mess, and so they sort of ping pong, particularly the girls, because you know, try teaching one child how to cook, but having twins means you have to do it with the both of them, and there's always favorite tasks, and you kind of have to try and make it equal. So we end up either doubling up on something or making something twice over. Anyway, little rant over. They're preparing the fresh cream there by whipping it very slightly, and they'll take 1/3 of the berries and smash them up to make like a juice. You can use the juicer for this, but I think it's a lot more fun to use a fork, and then it becomes an assembly job. That's what's really lovely about the Eton mess. So then that goes in together with the double cream that's been whipped, and that will get mixed. We also added some creme fraiche onto this because that makes it a little bit lighter. If you use just the double cream, it is very heavy, so we like to lighten it by adding creme fraiche to it. And then to that we add the crushed meringues, and they are folded in so as not to cause the whipped cream to curdle. So a little bit gently at this point. Pop it into the serving dish and sprinkle some of the meringue over the top, and that will go into the fridge ready waiting we dinner. So this is a really great easy to make dessert for summer, and we can only ever make this in summer. It doesn't even work in spring or autumn. It's so very summery. And those are the meat pieces ready to go into the grill. I was initially going to fry them, but my hob, I accidentally put it into demo mode, and then I couldn't turn it off, and I had to wait for my husband to come and sort that out because I don't like anything technical. But they went into the oven and grilled them on 220 on the grill function. And here is everything ready. So we have the lettuce leaves, the rice, the carrots, and all of the dips on there. And each side of the table, we place the 2 types of meat. Ideally, we'd also have seafood, but I didn't have time to go buy some seafood. So to make your boat, you start off with the lettuce, a little bit of rice, a little bit of the dip, and then you pick your meat that you then lay on the bed of rice, and then you add some of the pickled vegetables. I wish I had sauerkraut. Sauerkraut would have gone so well with this. And I'll just put some of the grated carrots, a little bit of the caramelized onion, and a little bit more sauce to this. And I'm just going to be really cheeky and just add a bit more lettuce over the top, grab a corn on the cob, and there we go. And everybody loves this. It's a really great meal. And of course, for dessert, the Eton mess that the girls had made was absolutely delightful. Not too heavy because it's got that creme fraiche added to it. Thank you so much for visiting with us. Until I see you next time, I wish you blue skies, health, and happiness. Bye.